Do you feel like you have regret of not trying to scale it bigger and like blowing it up to having like a whole team of people and doing all of this stuff? Or do you think that it would be easier if you had that with Jackson now on the scene to switch the business, or do you want to keep it this way?
Yeah, I think the opposite. I think the only regret I have in our business was trying to scale it up and become a big company.
Hmm.
Like when we expanded gyms, we had multiple gyms.
Yeah.
We were hiring trainers and dealing with that whole thing, hiring and firing. And you're dealing with a lot of relationships.
It's
There's
personalities.
personalities and it becomes tough. It drains my energy. So when we expanded, we're looking at the bottom line and we're like, well, we're making money. So you keep going, right?
Yeah.
You keep going because you're making money. But then you start going, well, actually, I'm spread so thin and this is taking so much of my time, energy, mental focus. If I had all this time and energy back and I
Hmm.
put that into online training or higher quality for my core clients, like how far could the business advance just off that
Yeah.
alone? So
Yeah.
my thing is like, keep me available to focus on one or two things,
Yeah.
and then lean out the company, make the company small. A lot of people just want to blow up the company because that's what they see as success. They
Yeah,
see the
that's
big
true.
gym and multiple gym in every city. At one point, that was my vision. And then I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of headache.
Yeah.
Is that
I mean,
even worth the
overhead is
extra money?
everything. Yeah. Overhead is everything, and it comes with a lot of extra stress just in general.
When you keep the company lean, you have your freedom. You
Yeah.
can go on vacation and you're like, I don't need to go make 100,000 this month just to cover the overhead,
Yeah.
So it frees up your time, it frees up your energy so you can really focus on the things that you love.
When you are the nucleus of everything, you don't get to have a break. You really can't afford for like a life crisis to go down
Yeah.
because that could literally be 2, 3 months of revenue down the drain or angry people or just
Yeah.
whatever is happening. Let's talk about some of the changes that you've seen just overall with how the algorithm is going, the feedback, just what is the social climate right now in the industry that you're seeing, and how is that change from where you were in the beginning?
Yeah, social media is just dead. It's just dead. It's RIP to social media. It's gone, man. It's so far gone. It's how do you trick the algorithm now? It's do I film from this certain angle and do I switch the scene at these certain times and do I use certain keywords? That's the videos that are blowing up.
Yeah.
It's not content anymore. It's not how good is your content. It changed with Reels on IG. Before Reels, when it was only regular posts or carousel posts, for whatever reason at that time, when you posted good content, that content went viral, went to the Explore page, got
Yeah.
you a bunch of followers. I could predict it. It was like a linear prediction. If I put this much work into this video,
This is your outcome.
this is the outcome.
Yeah.
So I can calculate the ROI. I know, okay, I'm gonna work really hard on this video this week. It's gonna go get me 7,000 followers because it's high quality. It's putting out good information.
Mhm.
Now you cannot predict that.
So that's interesting because it almost seems like people are being fed more content that doesn't actually feed their brains
Yes.
than anything else.
Yes.
So it's almost like there's more watered down educational content being pushed.
Yes. Because as a creator,
Which has
you're
got to be entertaining.
well,
I
as a
guess.
creator, you're incentivized to keep putting out that same content that performs well.
Yeah.
So then it's hard for me to sit here and put in a bunch of work on this video that I know is going to flop. Like if you're following and you're going to see it, it's going to help you, but it's not going to get enough engagement to go to the Explore page and get me any new followers. So that becomes a difficult decision to sit here and work really hard on this video.
Yeah.
Whereas I could just put out a quick little something that actually is not even valuable, but the
But it
creator
performs.
gets incentivized from that and they grow from that.
So just in terms of like the other followers who are also in your industry or in our industry, and they're experiencing this same issue, like, well, what do you do? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to water down your content? Are you going to keep pushing things and just not get seen? Like,
Yeah.
how do you scale from that, especially if you're somebody that's new on the scene
Yeah,
now trying to tap into the market? What do you do?
that's the hard part. I go
What's
back
the
and
advice?
forth on this every week. I just do a blend where I still am focused on just the high quality stuff that I think is good.
Yeah.
Because I still have a lot of followers out there that also agree like that is good and it's helping them. Regardless of what the algorithm thinks of it, I'm going to put out this content.
But you have to do a mix of both now.
Yeah, now
right?
I got a few days a week. I got to throw in something that might actually go viral and get me 1 million views and get me more followers. Because at some point you got to bring new eyes to the page.
Right.
If I find something that works, I also make sure it's still true to myself. Like even my more catchy viral videos, there's still some like somebody's going to benefit from it.
Right.
But so yeah, for me it's just a combination. And then of course like my thing is like, let's get everybody to go listen to the podcast. And that's where I can really talk about stuff that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff I could never talk about on social media. When I started, remember when I was posting, when we were at the Tempe house, I was doing vlogs. Like that was my main thing.
Yeah.
I like long form content. Like if I have a topic, I'm going to write a long article on it. And then it moved to YouTube. So I was doing vlogs and I was doing YouTube, but I still, every time I post, I got 5-10 minutes to talk about something.
Yeah.
Then it went to Instagram, where at first I had 15 seconds and that didn't really blow it. But once they gave you a minute, then I really started going. And then you had the carousel where you could swipe over. So I could put up to 10 minutes worth of content. So, and then reels, and then the TikTok of like, you need to do 5 to 10 second reels. So if you're following that trend, it went from long form to short form.
Are you saying that you think that in the next 2 to 5 years, Instagram is not going to be a main marketing perspective for people in our industry or just in general?
I don't know, because they do adjust well. They adapt.
Yeah.
Like if a competing company pops up, they just copy.
Yeah.
They do a good job of copying. Like they copied Snapchat, did a good job. They copied
Vine.
TikTok, they copied Vine. Like everybody that they've copied, at first everybody's mad and they're like, you copied you copied TikTok. Like we're staying on TikTok. But eventually people stop caring about it.
Yeah.
And so they do adjust really, really well. I do think you have to diversify, and you need to be on TikTok, you need to be on Instagram, YouTube, like you got to be everywhere.
And the stress of that, I feel like for somebody that doesn't have a full giant team of people, let's talk about that. I'm sure a lot of the people that are listening to this podcast right now are like, how can I post on TikTok and post on Instagram and be on YouTube and be on wherever the heck, where are the people doing now? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot to stretch yourself so thin, because wouldn't you have to change the content based on the platform, right?
Yeah.
Because the algorithms are different for each.
Yeah. But it is easier than ever for independent creators without a team, because your phone, your exercise videos or whatever you do from your phone performs just as well, if not better, than high quality content from a professional team now. It used to be like the higher quality the stuff, the better it was going to do.
Yeah.
Now I think they actually reward stuff just from a phone. So you can pull out your phone, you could do a green screen video, you throw something in the background. Like it's actually pretty easy for people to do at this point. I think a lot of people just overthink that. I think you need to just try a bunch of stuff and see what hits.
Yeah.
Try 10 different video ideas and see what hits, and then double down on that and just keep going.